G'day folks, here's my August collection update. G'day folks, welcome back to the channel. This is my August collection update, which isn't quite as hefty as my usual batch. There's still a few things, but yeah, I'm already looking at next month's one, and it's like a week into the September, and yeah, it's already probably a little heftier than this, so well. A short one's a good one, hopefully. So yeah, plenty to discuss, but firstly, our beer of the day is Mega Golden Stout Time. This is a tasty. This is a tribute to an ice cream in Australia called Golden Gay Time, which is sort of toffee and vanilla, kind of covered in chocolate and biscuity bits. Bloody tasty. Been around for donkey's years. So yeah, this one I'm pretty sure they got in trouble for it, maybe like the name, but even though I don't think it was exactly the same, but close enough. So yeah, let's give it a go. Oh yeah, this is a Imperial Dessert Stout. Well, it's only 8%. I don't know if you can call something Imperial and it's only 8%. But anyway, that's my mate Mark's one of his favourites, so we'll give it a good home. Before we start, I'll thank Brad from Radical Blast for sending up the cover that went with the Blogstrad CD that he put out recently, which he forgot to send me. But anyway, thanks for that. And threw in for free a Captain Three Leg condom. Thanks, Brad, maybe. Yeah, Captain Three Leg's a quality band from America who, yeah, branching out in their merchandise. Good work, lads. So might as well start with a classic band of Dismember. And no, it's not that fancy box set that I really kind of wish I bought. It is this. It is a Rehearsal 1989 7-inch. I think this originally came out on tape in 1989. I think this actually predates the Blasphemies of the Flesh demo, so it's essentially their second sort of demo. Yeah, this is the early lineup of Robert Sennenbach on guitar and vocals, David Blomqvist on lead guitar, and Fred on drums. So the very early lineup. There's no Matty Kaki on this one. So yeah, this is a reissue recently by Dementia, which is where I got it from direct. It's pretty spiffy. It came in 3 different colours. I'll put a picture up of all the other colours. Comes with this little booklet with this painful flyer of Dismember, Nihilist, and Treblinka, and yeah, that would have been a fun gig. And yeah, like little snippets out of interviews, including this, from old fanzines, including this quality question from someone or other saying, "Fred, how often do you shave your legs?" And Fred, the drummer, responds, 10 to 12 times a day when I'm high. That really puts some speed into the growing. Right now I can't shave them because my mower is fucked up. Good work, lads. And yeah, quality old picture of them looking tough. So yeah, this is just 4 songs: Deranged from Blood, Blasphemies of the Flesh, Self-Desiccation, and Death Evocation. Death Evocation, one of my favourite songs, I gotta say. Yeah, it's a rehearsal, so unsurprisingly it sounds kind of shit. It's interesting though. It's they did do one proper demo before this, Dismembered, I think it is called, which, yeah, Robert had some interesting vocals on, I've got to say. It was like crazed sort of screams. On this he's mellowed out a bit and it's just pretty straight death metal-y. It sounds pretty cool, actually. It's still not just deep growly stuff, but it's got a bit of agony to it, you could say. So yeah, all 4 of these songs are actually on Carnage, Dark Recollections album, because, yeah, as you probably know, their weird timeline of Dismember, they split up, and then I think Fred and David joined Carnage for a time for them to do their album, which they did with Michael Amott and Matty Kaki on vocals. And then they split up and Dismember reformed with Matty Kaki, and then did their next demo, which was friggin' killer, Reborn in Blasphemy, and then the album and there onwards. So yeah, this is early versions of these songs. They don't sound too different, and yeah, it's not really worth it playing this, and it's probably too late anyway because I think it's sold out on pre-order, so glad I got this one. It is interesting to hear the slightly different versions of the songs. Like, I think it's Blasphemies of the Flesh. It's just that killer mega riff in the middle of it. It's sort of slightly slower and sounds a bit tougher. Kind of like that. But yeah, the sound quality is pretty average. Vocals are really quiet, unfortunately. And the drums are very loud, which I usually like, but not quite at the expense of everything else. But so, yeah. Nice to have as a fan, but yeah, not the greatest thing in the world. If you're going to buy anything from like old Dismember, buy this one. This is a complete demo. This is just a crappy black and back one with not a single bit of detail. It's got like, you know, nice gatefold band looking tough, tracks, nothing else. No pictures of the demos, nothing. So yeah, anyway. But yeah, it was worth getting, that's for sure. I got a free Morbo and Bunker 66 cover. No record, but anyone needs a cover of this, yeah, it's available. But yeah, Dismember, legendary stuff, of course. Great band. Might as well stick with the 7 inches. Up next is Bloodmouth with Carnist Industrial Complex. This came out on To Live a Lie and maybe Brilliant Emperor. I'm not sure if they actually put it out or if I just got it from Brilliant Emperor, but anyway, this is a kind of grindy band from Canberra and maybe Sydney as well. I think it's members of Plowshare. They play in masks, so I'm not actually 100% who's actually in this band. This is the spiffy version. That's the chopped and screwed alternative cover version. So I get this fancy cover with stuff on the inside, and the proper original cover is thus that with same stuff on the inside. So yeah, these guys are just grindy, but has some pretty beat-downy feels to it as well. A bit more so than the previous album, Unmanned, I think it's called. I'll put a picture of it up, I can't remember exactly, but it's a bloody good album. But yeah, so this is not the longest, it's about 6 songs, but freaking heavy and nasty. It's, yeah, they ramped up the beatdown aspect of things. It works very well. Yeah, I saw these guys recently with Despise You, and it was a freaking killer gig. I mean, Despise You are amazing, but these guys are just right up there as well. Yeah, they play with like balaclavas and like body armor on. I think they're sort of vegan warriors, you could say. But yeah, killer bloody stuff. I don't know if I like that new logo though, I've got to say. But anyway, that's just my pigginess. So yeah, as you can see, you can see the blokes in their balaclavas looking tough. But yeah, they're very impressive live. If you're in Australia and get the chance to see them, yeah, do it. Bloody awesome. Up next are a couple I got from Grindhead Records in Sydney. Thanks, Bubs. First is Suppressant with Designed Obsolescence. This is a grindcore band from Sydney that I feel very slack. I knew very little about this band until I checked this out and was like, whoa, holy dooly. This is, yeah, pretty straight grind. Pretty bloody catchy, I gotta say. There's a bit of the old Captain Cleanoff influence, I reckon, on this one. No idea what I didn't already know much about this band. I've since downloaded a few of their other releases, which are bloody killer. I mean, they even did a split with a Canberra band, Blightworms, that I quite like, so I don't know how I missed that one. Maybe I do own it somewhere on tape and I've just never listened to it, but yeah, this is really catchy stuff. I'm very eager to see this band live now, because I reckon it'd go off. Band looking tough playing in an alley somewhere, so yeah. If you like your grind, pretty fast, pretty punchy, but catchy as buggery, check them out. Suppressant. Oh yeah, I forgot to show the record from Bloodmouth. I think this is a fancy Aussie version with lots of swirls and strangeness, so yeah, very pretty. Grindhead generous lads that they are, threw in a freebie as well. This is Travolta split with Boom. I had not heard of either of these bands before. Travolta's like a Belgian kind of power violence, fastcore sort of band, and Boom's a French fastcore one. This is pretty bloody short, I've got to say, but very punchy on both bands. I really quite enjoyed it. I think the 5th song on the Travolta side has got Hetsy, like female vocals that bloody go mix very well with it. And then I think Boom actually have male and female vocals, so yeah, it sounds aggro and bloody nice. So yeah, short but sweet. For some reason it's released on like 4 different labels. I have no idea why they have to do that for just a 7-inch, but I don't know, maybe they're more expensive than I expect. Who knows? But yeah, thanks Bubs. Quality little freebie that I didn't actually own, so nice work. Up next is one I got from Rotten Roll Records in Germany. This is Sinus Syndrome with Swarming of Sickness. Yeah, no reward for guessing one of their main influences of these guys. Yeah, this is a fancy pantsy. Boys looking corpsey. Yeah, this is a Czech grind band from members of like Malignant Tumor, Pathologist, and Ahomado, Granujo, and a million other bands. Yeah, this is obviously the couple of boys been around for some time, just going, yeah, let's play some fun carcass sounding stuff. And they beautifully say it inside. It says, Sinus Syndrome still hails and salutes to all original pathological grindcore bands who inspired us to make this rotten slab. Yes, you can hear some of them in their music, but who cares? And yeah, I agree. It's yeah, nothing original, but it's really good fun. It's excellent stuff, and I enjoy that they just are having fun and just doing whatever they want. This does sound sort of like just a combo of Regurgitate and Carcass, just catchy gore grind. It actually sounds a bit like early Malignant Tumor at parts before they got sort of rocky and sort of punky, but yeah, it's just awesome fun. Great cover by Pierre from Brain Dead, and yeah, this is their second album. It sounds pretty much the same as the first album, but probably slightly better production, I gotta say. And yeah, I think this would be absolutely awesome fun live, and yeah, I'm all for bands enjoying their early influences. Up next are a couple I bought off my good mate Stu, because he recently married his lovely wife Eva. Yeah, their collections were merged, and they noticed they had quite a few doubles of various things. So yeah, this is these are cast-offs and second-hand, but pretty freaking good nick for second-hand, I gotta say. So yeah, we've got Shape of Despair, Shades of, and also Shape of Despair, Illusions Play. Yeah, these guys are Finnish funeral doom essentially. Although I don't know, I could argue they're very slow and pretty doomy, but I don't know if it's quite funeral doom or it's very atmospheric and it's possibly a bit too uplifting for funeral doom, if you know what I mean. They do use a lot of keyboards, and this one they use it well. Illusions Play, I'm pretty sure, I don't know, just gets slightly too long at keyboard parts, I've got to say. I think I do prefer this earlier one. It's got a great both of them have great combinations of male and female vocals, you know, really nice ethereal female vocals that just work so well, and the male vocals are deep, freaking heavy as hell. He does sing sort of clean from time to time, but yeah, mostly just deep growls. Those bloody Finns, they know how to go deep. So yeah, I think this is their first album, and I do slightly prefer this than Illusions Play. I think it's just a bit more succinct, which is not an easy thing to do with Funeral Doom, but yeah, this one's a double LP. These are both the Hammer Heart reissues of them. I don't know if they came out originally on a Hammer Heart or what, but there's now yet more reissue versions with extra tracks and so on. So yeah, but yeah, I'm happy to have these. I've got like 2 versions of the second album, Angel of Distress or something or other. But yeah, I'd never actually owned any of their other ones. So yeah, very happy to get these ones. So thanks to you. I have a sad story to tell about seeing these guys. When was it? Last time I was in America in 2019 when I went to MDF then. I also stopped in Portland a couple of weeks beforehand to go to Eternal Warfare Fest, which I'll put the flyer up of. It was a very enjoyable evening. And yeah, Shape of Despair were due to play the last night, and I was pretty knackered by that stage, and I'd also had a few too many of these kind of things. Yeah, I went out drinking before it was like a 3-day festival or 2.5 day sort of festival. And yeah, went out boozing for lunch on the last day with a couple of American mates and had a bit too good a time. So yeah, I'll blame Hair of the Dog Brewery, which is a damn fine brewery, beautiful beers, great food. But I have a bad feeling they've shut now, which is sad. But yeah, when we got to the gig, I was not going too bad. But then yeah, they had these lovely, I was like barrel aged. I think they were stouts, maybe porters. but very tasty on tap, and well, very cheap. So after a few too many of those, I missed Evoken, which is one of the main reasons I went to that bloody gig. I had seen them the night before. They covered for, I think, Anatomia, I think, pulled out. So I did see Evoken once, and I had seen him once, twice before, but yeah, I missed Shape of Despair, who headlined the final night. I was having a grand old time sitting around outside, and I wouldn't say comatose, but not very responsive because I was a little too drunk. I don't know. I somehow managed. I think the very nice staff there didn't bash me up and just got me a taxi and somehow got back to my hotel. And yeah, so that's a shame that I missed those guys. I've since watched footage. I'll put a link down below to some quality footage that was shot by a woman that I was standing quite near, who got some damn good footage. I think Blue Heron or something or other. Yeah, knows what she's doing. And yeah, the footage was really good as well, so it's even more of a, I'm very, very sad that I missed that, because they look pretty cool live. But anyway, quality finish Funeral Doom, can't go wrong, so thanks against you. One band that I did successfully see at Eternal Warfare Fest was Torture Rack. This is their brand new album, Primeval Onslaught. Yeah, these guys are US death metal. It's very much US death metal. I'd say, lots of hints of, your Cannibal Corpse and your Deicide. It's pretty straightforward. Live, it was friggin' amazing. I don't know, there was just something about it. I think it's because the bass player and singer looked like tough and aggro as hell. It just, I don't know, something about it. They were just on fire. Studio quality doesn't quite grab me as much as they did live, I've got to say. But this I don't know, just kind of live, it just had that extra oomph to it. But yeah, this is still killer album. This is brand spanking album out on $20 spin. I think I just got this off Discogs actually, mainly because I was tracking down the next album that I'll be showing. So yeah, this guy's just, it's much better sound than the previous album, Malefic Humiliation. Just quality death metal. Nothing too different or weird about it, but no, it's fine by me. And yeah, look at that killer rock cover art, rock from Sadistic Execution. More of his quality art. Unsurprisingly, somewhat phallic. No, who would have guessed? So yeah, if you like your death metal, just pretty meat and potatoes, punchy sort of stuff. Yeah, it's high energy, I've got to say. So yeah, Torture Rack. Main reason I did a Discogs order was to get Zizmo with No Place Like Alone. This is their brand new album. This just came out on Svart Records. Yeah, this is their first album in 25 years. This is Finnish rock. Used to be grind, but not for a very long time. So yeah, this is pretty much the early lineup, except for their guitarist Tony, who unfortunately died in 2006. So this is dedicated to him, which is nice. Yeah, this is pretty much just a follow-on from their later stuff. There seems to be a bit more sort of synthy kind of stuff in this, I've got to say. There's a bit of synthwave influence, maybe. I think it's Final Episode and Model 607 have that. Yeah, well, Seasoning is just the kind of the single, you could say, off this. Just amazing bloody melody in it. Yeah, it took me a while to get used to the vocals on this. They're not too different than the previous stuff, but I mean, it's the same guy, Janitor. But it's a bit sort of scratchy sounding. It sounds a little odd when he tries to push his range a bit. Actually, amusingly sounds like Vim Fuego from Bad News in parts, which is not really a compliment, I've got to say. But yeah, it's quality stuff from a band that obviously know what they're doing and have been doing it well for a long bloody time. So as you can see, it's got all the chairs from the front cover, and it actually lists which chairs they are. So I think they're classic sort of designer chairs, you could say. But yeah, okay. Interestingly, I think he actually uses some growled vocals on what is it, Moose and Gut Bucket. Yeah, I was quite surprised to hear that suddenly sort of peeping through. So, but yeah, I'd very much like to see this band live at some stage. I do not hold my breath. I'd be very surprised to see them in Australia, but no, you never know. So, yeah, happy to get this one. And yeah, just a spoiler alert, there might be some more Xysma for next month's updates. Yeah, keep your eyes peeled. Up next are a couple of lunchtime purchases from Landspeed Records in Canberra. So, love your work, folks. First up is a second-hand one I got of Halo with Degree 0 Point of Implosion. This is their it's a Melbourne, or was a Melbourne industrial band. Friggin' heavy as bloody hell. I think they used to be called Insect. Very much in the veins of, your Swans and Godflesh sort of style, with a bit of added noise effects, which work very well, actually, in that regard. It has kind of, it's heavy guitar-y sort of stuff, but it's got distorted sort of shouting and moaning sort of vocals as well, and some guttural ones as well. Actually, some of the vocals really remind me of old Sydney industrial band called Public Hanging. Just maybe a similar effect they used on their sort of moany kind of vocals, but really, it's a very familiar sound. This is their fourth album, I think. I only have the one before this, like Guitari, something or other about the West, which I borrowed from my old radio station that I would have shown you, but it must be in a box somewhere. And that one's heavy as buggery. Just nasty, metal, sludgy sort of stuff. This one follows on from it. I reckon it's a bit sort of slower, but just maintains that intensity. Far out. It's heavy as hell. I really kind of wish I saw these guys live, and I have this horrible feeling that I've seen a fly when they played in Canberra and I didn't go, but hoping I'm wrong. But at any rate, I really wish I had seen them live. They do have another album on this, after this, Body of Light or something, I think it's called. They put out, I think Guitari got reissued by Relapse as well, as did Body of Lights. This one, this is on With Intent Records or something or other. The squiggle is their logo. I love it. Yeah, With Intent Records from America. I don't think they exist anymore, but glad they put this out. 300 copies. I enjoy finding this sort of stuff in the wild, although I suspect I may know who previously owned this one. But yeah, happy to have this one. Just nasty industrial stuff. Love it. Also from Landspeed, my Misfits collection expands even further, finally. This is I think this is their first released album, but I'm pretty sure Static Age in its entirety was recorded before this, so this is the first album that came out. I have a feeling this is actually possibly a legitimate one. It's this one's on Slash Records, which if you go through Discogs, there's like about 90 friggin' versions. I mean, this is like brand new, so it certainly ain't from 1982 or whatever. But and I don't really care whether it's legit or not. But I'm glad to actually finally get it. So I've been listening to this for a while now. So this is pretty bloody good era, I've got to say. It's just so catchy, so energetic. I'm still kicking myself that I didn't know this band a lot earlier. I actually live about 90 minutes away from my work, so on my drives I'll semi-regularly just play through the three main Danzig Misfits albums. Static Age, Walk Among Us, and Earth AD. So it's this one gets a lot of runs, and I mean it's got some killer songs. Turned Into a Martian, Vampira, Hate Breeders, and Skulls. I get that friggin' stuck in my mind so bloody often. It's terrible. I'm still curious. There's like a live, the Mummy Can I Go Out and Kill Tonight version on this is live, and always was. This is like in the middle of the album. I have no idea why they just bung a live version. I don't know, maybe it just had more energy than the studio version of it. If you know, let me know in the comments. It's one of those bands I keep reading a bit more and more about. Just, it's interesting stuff. As a young man, I was a fan of Danzig and his solo sort of stuff. I never really got into Samhain or Samhain, whatever they're bloody called. But yeah, I never realised he wrote all the music on this and all the lyrics. It's like the Danzig band. I'm very happy to have this now. Just got to get Static Age, and I really don't know if I could be bothered getting all of the various little odds and sods and different versions of things. I'm only getting Danzig era stuff. Bugger the newer stuff. I don't need that. Very happy to have this. I still find the cover marginally ridiculous, but what the hell. I hope that's what they intended. So yeah, good old Misfits, love them. Up next are a couple I got from Noxious Ruin. First up we have Butcher ABC with their rehearsal tape, February 2023. This is actually a reissue. I think the band themselves put this out originally, but yeah, what the hell. I grabbed this mainly because I was ordering the next item that it's pretty awesome. Yeah, I meant to buy this on the tour. It was kind of frustrating when the Canberra gig for Butcher ABC was like towards the end of the tour, so they didn't have any t-shirts that were anywhere near going to fit me. And I actually owned everything else they had for sale. This sold out quick smart because only, I don't know, pressed like 50 of them or something, who knows. So yeah, I missed out on this, and yeah, felt sad that I couldn't actually buy something from the band that had came all the way from Japan. So this is a rehearsal they did back in February 2023, unsurprisingly. This is with the drummer of Fecundation instead of their usual, I can't remember their normal drummer's name. And also not with Ash, like when they toured Australia, they had Ash from 100 Year War drumming for them, like Aussie dude. So, yeah, I guess this was them just getting back up to speed. I think they had actually kind of cool tape. I think they had actually pretty much split up before they suddenly were touring Australia. So, ooh, that's right. This bloody thing is friggin' a tape and has a friggin' Obi strip on it, no less. Two of my more hated and silly things. And there's the boys looking tough. So yeah, good little purchase. As you may have guessed, I haven't actually played this yet, but I may now own the MP3s as well. So it's not the single greatest recording I've ever heard, I've got to say. It is a rehearsal, much like that Dismember one earlier on. That yeah, it's probably a boom box in their rehearsal studio. So, but yeah, the cover art's cool as well. It's I don't know if you recognise it. It's the one of the versions. Well, it's I think it's a fan made flyer that they borrowed. Yeah, I think it's a variation on the Cannibal Corpse Hammer Smash Face EP that they did. I don't know if it came out before Tomb of the Mutilated or at the same time, but yeah, there were two different covers. One was bodgy, and the other one was just a skull looking evil with some candles looking grim. So I think this is a tribute to it, you could say, and but this brings back great memories of the gig. I'll put a link to the actual gig itself and my gig review. I've also got some footage of a couple of their songs because it was a bloody amazing gig. I had such good fun at it. So yeah, honestly, if you want to get into Butcher ABC, buy the bloody album North from Hell. It's shitloads better, way better sound. Same. I mean, all those songs are. I think all of them are on here. At least most of them are. They're just classic. Butcher ABC songs. Get the album instead. But it's nice to have the proper tape anyway. And last but definitely not least was another one I got from Noxious Ruin, and the main reason I did the order. This is Ruin with Mechanisms of Bloodshed. This is the silver box limited version. This is tin with spiffy fake blood and stuff on it. So comes kind of cool. And what you get in said tin. These guys are. This is a sludgy, horrible death metal band from LA. They're nasty band. Big fan of theirs. Enjoyed quite a lot of their stuff. It's pretty kind of grimy. They have these samples that they're not your classic Fulci or Argento movie samples. It's it's kind of like fluids. You don't necessarily want to know where the samples are from. But yeah, they're obviously songs about killers and horribleness. So yeah, this is the Mechanisms of Bloodshed. So in the box you get a pair of plastic gloves, like latex gloves. You get a mini roll of duct tape. This is all their murder kit, obviously. You get a cable tie, always useful. What else do you get? Well, you actually do get the cassette, which is this fancy bloody fold-out thing. Killer kind of stylish tape. You also get an insert, which is, I don't know, a bit more, is it the right way up? Yep. Don't get a balaclava, sadly. I was going to do a thumbnail with a balaclava, but yeah, maybe not. So yeah, scary looking insert. And you also get... Oh, damn, it doesn't bloody work. How do I open this? Get friggin' garrote wire. Which I've got to untangle. Alright. Oh, should I do it on camera? Yeah, what the hell. Let's get in there. Anyway, you get some garrote wire. And also this, I didn't even recognise this when I or notice it when I ordered it. Basically, it's a friggin' knife that folds. This is like a credit card knife, I believe, that folds together, clips together, and yeah, kill someone with quality labelled merchandise, ruins your band. So yeah. But yeah, musically, that's friggin' awesome. Yeah, I may already have the MP3s of this as well, because tape ain't going to be working anytime soon. Hoping to get this one on record at some stage, but yeah, let's hold the knife up and look like a psycho. Yeah, it's just sludgy, nasty death metal. They have plenty of sort of faster, gorier sort of bits, but it's the murky, slow, I wouldn't say breakdown, but just chuggery bits that are just, yeah, primo sort of stuff. Huge fan. I don't know if this is last year or the year before, but their Spread Plague Death album is just absolutely killer. I'd highly recommend checking this one out. I mean, get that one as well if you want, but if you really need a murder kit to be sent to your house, yeah, I wonder if Australian Customs noticed that there was a knife in there. Yeah. It just has a slight element of that sort of, you know, your mortician-y, caveman-y sort of feel to it. So, yeah, good old Ruin. I love you, and I'm a big fan of slightly silly, I wouldn't say promo version, but limited deluxe versions, you could say. Yeah, killer stuff. And yeah, bloody awesome album or EP, whatever the hell it is. Yeah, very good, very enjoyable. So, thanks for watching. That was my August collection update. As I said, plenty more to come. I've got a few other videos planned as well. So, but yeah, if you have any, feel free to leave any comments. If you don't, I'm coming for you with my bloody Ruin knife. So yeah, cheers. I'll see you soon.